Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
People, back live again for part 2 of the discussion, Carifta 50th Shot Meet, Sports Day, whatever you want to call it. We are here again with the panelists. And HP Chat is here. I am sure Sportsman is here. Ozzy is here. And Elena, the Calabar coach, is here. People, share the live. Tell them so they are back, ready for talk, ready for discussion. All right. Go ahead, HP.
Okay. My question is, do you think the Bahamas were more caught up with their 50th year of independence than the actual Carifta games itself? Hello?
Let me. I'll go. I think it had an effect on the overall behavior. In that the crowd support, because I mean, I had said elsewhere that the fact that the 50th staging of Carifta coincided with their 50th anniversary of independence, and it being at home in the Bahamas, that they would make all the effort, they would make, and they want to upstage Jamaica. So it affected the behavior of the crowd support, and obviously it seems in the officiating. Unfortunately, in the officiating.
And also the athletes too.
Well, yes, of course. Oh, yes. How could I forget that? Yes.
Yeah.
It served that motivation for the athletes.
Jamaica don't take this. I don't think Jamaica take the Carifta as serious as some of these other nations, right? Because if we were serious, let me explain. If we were serious about it, like this is something that we need to go there and do this, then Kerika Hill would have gone, the Clayton twins would have gone. Like we had athletes who would have been sure medalists. That if we were intent on getting certain medals, we'd have sent them. So though it is serious for the individual athletes, I don't think our track administrators see it as something. Listen, we have to do whatever we can to get our, not like the world championships and those things, but I think like nations like Bahamas, they take it way more serious because this is their, and I think because of that, it's adding to what you're saying. They put a lot of effort into this because they probably believe this was an opportunity for them to upstage Jamaica. But I just feel like Jamaica don't. Yeah, we got here. We know we're going to dominate. So let's, no matter. It's almost like anybody who wins our trial can go there and win. Because when before we got there, the only person we're talking about was Hodges. We weren't talking about no Bahamian athlete from last season. Everybody was wondering what would happen with Hodges, Alana, and if Serena Cole were in the 100 and 200. That was really the discussion.
Yeah, but that was because of Hodges' outstanding performance indoors and that that big likely matchup with she and Alana. I think that probably, coming into the Carifta games would have been the expected big clash. I don't think that we kind of discounted everybody else. It's just that was the clash that people the expectation.
Hold on. Somebody here, Track Diamond is from Mannings. Man quoting life without learning is death.
Mannings have a very good point when he said that we don't take it seriously. I don't think we actually do, because a lot of people have been saying for years, why do we need to go Carifta?
Exactly.
Yes, I've heard the argument over and over. Even with Nkrumah, people were saying he never needed to go. So you're right. We know that we got this, and the the Carifta game is 50 years old, and Jamaica have dominated 45 times out of 50. So we feel like, oh, we need something bigger than this. We've already been there, done this, and we don't need to go. So other nations will take it more serious than we do, and of course they will go all out to try and try and defeat Jamaica. And it is not just at the junior level, even at the senior level, you have other countries who are trying to defeat Jamaica. So anywhere we turn, we get stick. Whether you're a senior or you're a junior, there is somebody that is coming at the Jamaican team. And it is just a part of the game, but I like fair play.
Yeah, right. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, all we're asking for
no
is fair
favors.
play. If we
No
come
favors.
last, we just come last.
Come last, exactly.
And my thing is that, listen, I can tell this, that there is the two, like Trinidad and Bahamas always want to rival Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah.
So you'll notice that Jamaica will get athletes from St. Lucia, even in our schools on those other islands. I don't see like a Bahamian athlete feeling like they need to come to Jamaica for development, or a Trini.
No.
Because I think they believe that they can dominate us in track and field. I think they believe that. And that is what is.
And they have done reasonably well. I mean, Bahamas over the years, at the senior level too. Given not as good as Jamaica, of course, but but I don't know.
I like fair play. Fair play is fine. And the thing is, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Jamaican. I'm saying it because that's how it is. Jamaicans do not go out there and try to build up any rivalry with anybody. We just go out there, perform, and we do well.
Exactly.
But for some reason, other nations think that they always need to come at us, and it's like we have to defeat the Jamaicans or try to defeat the Jamaicans, while we just go out there and compete naturally and win. And if we come last, we just come last and hold it.
Listen, Alina.
Heather,
Alina.
no,
Alina.
no. Heather, you can say that, but have you seen our fans, miss? Miss, have you seen our fans when them ready to go after the people them athlete?
Yes,
the
true.
fans are what cause most of the drama. No. Most
True.
of the dramas between we and other nations are caused by us, the fans.
True.
Sometimes the way we speak on other athletes, other countries' athletes, and we do it. And if we say we don't do it, we're lying. I might not do it, you might not do it, but if you're on Twitter,
I don't think the fans are any different.
Hey,
I'm
going to say something.
As soon as anybody responds, but not about Jamaican athlete, let me tell you.
Yes.
We descend like a plague.
Yes.
I've seen it where when we take a disliking to a particular athlete or athlete,
yes.
Let me tell you, they get no rest.
Yeah, that's true.
They get no rest.
That's true.
We crucify them more than how them they crucify Jesus Christ.
You see yesterday, Alina, yesterday, the 50th Carifta games live, something going on, the Jamaican and then crucify the Bahamas people. Tell you. The Bahamas people.
But you know why?
That
one started though. No, hold on. That one started when the Bahamians were in the live on the Sportsman thing, laughing and celebrating at the fact that Boaji got hurt. Because one of them commented, I never we tell him to warm up. That's why I'm getting hurt. He.
True.
But let me give you a good example.
Yes.
Alina, let me give you this. So Jamaica, just a quick example. We had a thing with Trinidad, a game, and a fan came on saying that Trinidad go and get 7-0 from Jamaica. And you know that the Trinidad team they clipped this saying, they clipped what the person said, played for their players, and they came to Jamaica. Of course, they won the game. So sometimes a lot of this is, like you said, fueled by how the Jamaican fans operate. Why you think the Americans want to beat us? Listen, I've never heard a Jamaican fan seen an American in a race and want them to win.
No.
Thank you.
So
I remember when just Gatlin was running, Silver Surfer. They drag us to them. And then we're like, when the man doesn't want to play shop now, we're like, oh, him stuck up and I go like him better than we. Then miss you don't miss her, so you don't think him see the comments where you tearing him down on the internet?
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that.
You remember
So sometimes we're the cause of our own problems too. Because
Yes.
sometimes we as fans we cause most of this so-called rivalry, and then we
Yeah,
get
that's why I
mad
don't do
because
it.
we
I don't
want
do
to
it. I don't
say
try to put up
we want to
athletes
call
against each other.
yeah
we want to
Because,
call
but look at this
Champion
now.
Silver Surfer, but let anybody call any more athletes bronze queen or nothing, and
But look at
this
this.
dig up them family and bury the bones again.
But look at this now. Look how funny this
We
was.
we're not
Two
nice.
2 weeks ago, we had champs. And we were very much putting up athletes against each other because of an incident. And when I look at the Jamaican juniors at the Carifta, how they embrace each other and look after each other, and this is why I keep saying to fans, do not put up the athletes against each other, because when they put on the Jamaican color, is the Jamaican colors is one Jamaica.
Management, I think
No,
this
but
question is for you from Track Diamond. Question: did anyone watch the motivation speech by Paul Davis?
she's
uh,
Bahamian.
I think
Well,
yeah man Bahamian truck yeah
yeah, she's here.
By who?
She was motivating the Bahamian. Why would I want to
Bahamians
watch
right
that?
yeah. Pauline Davis.
Yeah, I know, no. Why would I want to watch? Right. Why would I want to watch
Ask
that? No,
Track Diamond.
no. I don't know
And
Chuck
that
that.
is good. That is
Yeah,
a good thing because what she's doing as an
What
Olympian and
yeah.
a former
What I like
athlete
is
for
that
the
the one she
country,
spoke about
yeah, she
sport.
motivating the younger ones. That's a good thing.
No, that's good for the Bahamian.
Yes.
I want to hear what Usain Bolt talked to Nkrumah about, and I want to hear what Shelley said to Alana Reid, and that is no really. But what I'll say though is the truth is there is a place for that though, because I think how we did the whole Asafa Usain Bolt thing fuel both of them to high performances and level, and they still have their respect in Jamaica. I think even how we talk about what Sharika is a new
Shelly and
I
Elaine.
and Shelly, and I think that is good because they know that the people love them both and they have their quote unquote fans. But at the end of the day, if Shelly is in that race, the Elaine fans are going to support her. If Elaine is in it, the Shelly fans are going to support. So I think it is good for athletes when fans
you mean
kind of
when they have on the Jamaica colors?
yeah, because it's good for the
Look
if
here,
race.
all when them have on the Jamaican colors, we find a reason to cuss one of them.
Management, this is for you.
I swear.
No, but
I am a
I
Bahamian.
personally
I did
believe
not
it's
find
good though.
nothing
There's
wrong
a
with this.
part of it when it don't bother and disrespect, right? Like we should not
Marines, he
bring
has a
down one to
question for you.
oh go ahead.
I am a Bahamian. I did not find nothing wrong with what he said.
I
We
didn't
didn't
with
say
what
anything was
Paul
wrong with it.
I didn't say
We just
anything is
asked
wrong.
you. Right.
Richard
I'm,
Esteem. He's a
What
Bahamian.
is the question saying?
I
No,
did
he said he's a
No, the person
Bahamian.
said I'm a Bahamian. I didn't find anything wrong with what she
I,
said. He's
but
responding to what
no, but I
what
didn't say anything.
Manisman asked. He heard what Pauline Davis said.
I
The
Okay,
didn't
okay.
motivational speech.
but all right.
No,
No,
Here's
and it was a good motivational, yeah.
all right.
right. That's what
Here
he's saying. Exactly.
here's what I am saying. As a Jamaican, if Pauline Davis is giving a motivational speech, good for her. I am more
Exactly.
interested in what Usain Bolt and Shelley and Fraser is telling our athletes.
Right.
And I'm saying that that is because I am Jamaican.
Right.
I have that. Maybe it's not right, but as a Jamaican, that is how I am cultured to think. That I didn't say that she's wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Let me tell you something. I admire this thing that I see a lot of countries are doing. The Americans are doing it too. And what they do, they use their retired athletes to interact, even when they go to championship. Last year I was in Eugene, and I could not count. Alina was there too. She can tell you. We could not count the amount of retired American athletes that were there with accreditation, interacting with their athletes and motivating them and pushing them. We need to be using our retired athletes
Yeah, but
to do the
Alice, let me
same
ask you what
thing
happened though,
for
because
our youngsters.
I think most of our athletes, our top athletes, train with a lot of our former athletes. They either train in the same space, same area, use the same venues. So there's always that constant interaction um, with them. So I think because some of it's not a great pool of coaches. So like the person who is in charge of throws or jumping probably have seniors and juniors doing that. The hurdles coach probably have seniors and juniors. So I think because we are not as big as like the United States, we have greater integration of
Normally,
our senior
normally,
athletes.
yeah.
Yeah, but when you look at the people who have retired, when you look at people like Marlene Atty, when you look at Aileen Bailey, when you look at Lorraine Fenton, Donnie McFarlane, Gregory Horton, those people, um, we are not really involved. I don't see where we are involving them in um
So
in
so
this
what if I
kind of
give you
thing.
so if I give you but I can for the same thing though HP, I can give you a lot of names that are involved.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
but it's a very because everyone won't be. I don't think everyone can be. But if we where is Merlin Atty again? Which one of the nations?
She's
She's
in
in.
Slovenia. But
So if
when we are traveling, when we are
yeah,
going to a major championship, if there's one retired athlete who is a part of that party, we have a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to start getting our the people who have done it before. We need to get them more involved because I have spoken to a lot of athletes and I've asked them this question and I cannot tell you on tape what their reaction is.
that's
Man, before you go on, I'm just read this message from Bahamas, straight to the
What
ball.
It's,
happened?
it's in
Escan.
person.
I
Yeah.
just want to put this out there. I love Jamaica. I think y'all have a phenomenal track and field program. And that is why y'all are so successful. And I can't wait to visit Jamaica. What's your thought about that,
hmm?
Banisla?
Welcome him, man. Come.
Yeah, yeah. But
Come.
listen, you know what? You know when we go to the championships, if a Bahamian is in there, what's her name? 400 meter, 200 meter girl.
Shawnee.
Jamaica.
Johnny Miller, we
Yeah, we
Yeah.
love Shanae Miller, man. But when it comes to this, a rivalry, man. Right
And
now, we want to next Carifta. We want to win every. We're sorry that we couldn't put in three athletes to win gold, silver, and
Look
bronze.
here, I was going to talk about Shawnee. Last year I was at the World Championship and for the women's 400 meter, Alina can tell you, it was a Caribbean affair. And
Yeah,
if you hear the Jamaicans cheering for
exactly.
Shawnee, you would think that she is a Jamaican.
Yeah.
And this
I
is
think
why I
the
tell people,
rivalry is really just between our
huh?
greatest rivalry is really at the junior level. I said the rivalry for us, Caribbean, is just at the junior level. When they get to the senior level, we tend
Yes,
to say, hey, Team Caribbean. Yes,
yes.
we're
Exactly.
Team Jamaica, but
Well,
we're Team Caribbean, especially because we say we have to unify against you know who.
All right. So
Yes.
HP. Let me go back to HP. So HP. So watch this now. So um when I'm away, right? My school, I don't, and I'm in Jamaica. I don't ask them if when I'm in Jamaica. I don't ask them. I go there and I talk to the youngsters. I
Yes.
engage them. So I am saying that even if you're not in a national travel party, you went to a high school in Jamaica. Why not come back and go and talk to the athletes there? Are the athletes saying that if we go back to Veer, nobody down there don't want to hear from us? Is that what they're saying? That even the school that they went to, that they were standout athletes. A 100 meter runner would not listen to them if they went to the training session for 30 minutes. Maybe that's what they need to do because other athletes are doing that, just going to the training sessions.
Yeah, we get
And
that.
that's all.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
get that.
Right.
I can tell
True.
you, you're at
We
Calab,
had
you know
we
that
Yeah,
had
but
what's his
management.
name?
Management, I don't want you to stray from my point too much. What I'm saying, when our athletes get to the senior level, and all right,
What she says.
in an interview, and I'm going to quote her, Melaine Walker was interviewed 2 years ago. No, not 2 years ago. I think before the World Championship last year. And Melaine said when she just became a pro, she went to a track meet in the Cayman And
It wasn't a pro. I think that was in high school.
our outstanding hurdler was there who won gold in 1996.
Diane
She,
Hemmings.
right, Dion Hemmings was in
Diane
that race,
Hemmings.
and Melaine said she was in her lane. And she was so nervous. And Melaine said she keeps saying to herself, please let Dion come over and say something to me. Just touch me on the shoulder and tell me that I will be okay. That is all was going through her head. So I say that to say sometimes when our youngsters get to the senior level and start competing, they need these people to encourage them, because that is what America does in America. US track and field integrate their retired athletes in such a way that they are members of their track and
No.
field
You
community, and
stop.
they interact with the athletes now, give them little tips. I've seen them at Eugene at the warm-up track, giving athletes
But
little tips, what
but
Listen.
but what
whatever discussion
no
they're
The
having. So
best
what I'm
part was
HP.
Jackie Joy and Chrissy.
I am
your Alina telling you there, she was there.
no. What I'm saying though is that I am not saying to you that at the senior level that can happen. Can it happen? Yes, but
He's saying start it at the high
so
school
what
level.
I'm saying though is that so I am in Jamaica. So I'm a junior.
Yeah.
All right. I guarantee you right now, you go to Kingston College for any sporting discipline, you're going to see a former KC athlete down there talking to the players.
True.
When they, watch this, when KC travels to the pen relay, they have some KC people who go there and talk to the athletes.
True again.
What is wrong with Veer saying to the past students, or the past students from Veer saying that Veer is coming up for pen relay? You live right in Pennsylvania. You are going to the pen relay. Just go right at the fence and say, hi, I am John Brown and I used to run for Veer. Good race today.
But people do that. People
I
do
don't
that.
believe other schools do it,
People
No,
do that, man.
you're missing
People,
the
a
point.
lot of people.
No,
Look
you're
here.
missing the point, HP.
No, man, I
HP
understand
is
what
not
he's
referring
saying.
to Jamaican. He's talking about the past athletes. Just like when
Yeah.
he said Melaine wanted somebody to tap her on their shoulder.
Yes.
He's saying, why not start the encouraging from a junior level? Why
But
not
they
the
do,
old
but they
school,
do
whether
that,
it's
don't
girls
they?
or boys, do it?
But that's
It
what I'm,
he's talking for all schools. It's just
yeah,
specific schools doing it,
because,
Yes,
Bernie.
that's true. That
Specific
is true.
schools.
listen, HP.
And
So
we know that. We know
no,
that.
look at Nkrumah now, HP. So Nkrumah, good athlete. Every day at school, there's an athlete coming there to, or let's use Kimani Garden at Calabar. Maybe Roy Bailey, as an example, goes to the school and say hi and blah, blah, blah. Right? You were not there when he was growing up when he needed encouragement and Roy Bailey. Now that he's big and international, you want now to be involved in the process? I find like get Roy Bailey, who was
Right.
there from because when he was 16 and struggling with injury, that was the person who was calling him and saying, listen, you can still make it. That's all I'm saying. If they start it early, when the athletes get to the seniors, here's what they will do. They will call that person and say, listen, I'm going to be running in in Slovakia. Will you be around? And because you have a relationship, you have to build relationship from early. We can't wait until them turn star and turn pro. Then
I
we want to put
agree.
the shoulder.
I totally
But
agree. And we know
we
that a
get it
lot
at
of the
school because
schools,
even for champ, what we do, we have last came down. That's family was starting I think 2016, 2017. Back in that time, he came down, he spoke to the boys. Orlando Bennett was there, the past
Oh, La
students, so and he
France,
was
yeah.
helping
Still
out
on
with
the
the
college.
hurdles.
Mm.
And yeah, La France was there. Orlando Bennett, he gave a speech, I think the Monday night before champs. He was also leading up to champs. He was at school helping out the hurdlers, motivating them, giving them pointers, stuff like that. That's what Mannings is saying.
Yeah.
These things matter. So when they
yes,
get older, they know that even if somebody don't tap them on them shoulder, they can say, hey, John Tom, will you be
Bam.
here? Hey, John Tom, this is what I'm experiencing. How do I work my way through it?
All right, Elena, we
but
have a
hold on there. But
hold on this.
we know that these things are happening, but it is only happening with a few schools, especially schools that have a
That's what
strong
Mannings is
alumni
saying.
that is attached to
That's what
sports.
Mannings is talking about.
All right, so there's a call on the list calling back. The list, go ahead. Yeah, man, I hear, I hear.
Right, great. So I'm saying that you want the older athletes to they call it motivate the younger. Yes, they want all they can how to conduct themselves. But all the interviews that were held through the character, the athletes could not express themselves properly, being shied away from the camera. Take that better guidance on the older athletes that would better assist them to conduct themselves. At the end of the day, they are rap.
Hello?
He was saying something about that they should talking to them and encourage how to conduct themselves. That's the first thing I heard.
Yes. Okay, okay. I wasn't hearing clearly.
Yeah, I wasn't here, but I picked that up.
Okay, okay. And scene gone.
Well, I think if he's talking about how, I mean, we have, listen, all right. So here's the thing. A lot of these athletes, right? Some of these kids. So let me just say, some of us want the kids to, and I would prefer if all Jamaican kids doing interview, they operated in the right decorum. A lot of these kids are traveling for the first time. All right. They listen. There are kids who came to champs, and that was the first time they ever went into the national stadium.
True.
This is the first time they're on television. They probably never even thought about it. So it is, while I understand that we need to train them to do this, all right? Generally, when our athletes end up in college, I can remember even Kevona Davis. Go back to when Kevona Davis spoke on TV in class 3 and listen to her now. Over time, I think they will get better. This idea that they have to sound like professionals when they are in class 3 and class 2.
Yeah.
As long as they're not professional, they can improve, but I can live with it because I know some of them are coming from some deep rural areas.
Yeah.
Where when they are talking and them a guy from some of these schools, they only write English properly. Because when they are going to say girl, them say, me love him, and he's talking about a girl. So I get in a feedback.
Listen, I get it every day. I can tell you about that one. Auntie, me say what you want. Me say the boy say BB, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, slow down. What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Miss, the lady say me forget the basket. This is how they speak, and people are like, oh, Mona want them to get interview, and I always say to them because they cannot. Some of them it takes a while for them to learn English, and I always say to them, speak how you're comfortable until you get to the place where you need to be. People are like, no, I don't want them to speak patois on TV, and I said, but that's a part of our dialect.
Yeah,
It may not be appropriate for an interview, but
we can understand
if that's what they can do, then what are we going to do?
Good point. Good point.
I'm saying we do, and then what we've been doing though is we've been doing like training with them so they can do interviews and stuff, and sometimes we'll just pop up on them suddenly and just doing like a mini interview, and
that's good,
just to see how they would react. And some of them have been doing well.
Right.
They've been doing well. It's not everybody gonna get it right away, but for this year, I will say that we have been doing a lot of that for this year.
Yeah. Sometimes we're too critical,
And they're children. Again, they're children, and they are in the process of learning.
And one pet peeve of mine is sometimes I know the media they're in competition with each other, and who can get to the athlete first. But the little girl and little boy and little boys that give them their 1500, give them a little time to catch them.
Listen.
We put a microphone in them.
Miss, no.
There's a feedback.
Yes. Exactly.
I think it is. I think it's unseen.
Yeah. Not.
Seems as if he got disconnected.
Are you still there?
He's still there? He's still there?
I think so, because that's his feed.
Let's see who's talking and so also you go and everybody mute and see if you can hear.
The sound is making it hard to hear.
I'm not hearing
I'm
anything
not
now.
hearing anything now.
So let's mute all the mics and one person speak.
Are you there?
Are you there?
I'm hearing. Are you hearing?
Still getting the feedback.
Still getting the feedback.
Hold on, man. No, I'll lay down the commit.
Alright, just mute.
Alina.
Alright, go ahead now, HP. I think, yeah.
Can you hear me, caller? Hello?
I think the caller is gone. So I think we have to, yeah. But the feedback is gone now, so you can go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I am hearing you. Go ahead now. See, let's put back in your mic now, Ozzy, and see. Turn on your mic and see. All right, that's fine. All right, so Alina, it looks like on your side.
There is feedback same way?
On your side.
Yeah,
You still getting it?
Sound like it's Alina now.
Or is my fan?
Turn off the fan and let's see. No, there's a feedback.
You have to mute the mic until you talk, and you should be fine. There you go.
There's a feedback.
All right, so what I'm saying is that I am not saying that kids should not learn how to speak properly, but it's not just to do interviews, just to be properly, to do the subject English language, you need to speak properly. So, while I need that, so the other thing is that some of the questions I think that the athletes are asked at the end of the race are not important to be asked in that moment at this junior level. Like, one of the things I liked about the gentleman who did the Carifta interviews, a couple of times he was asking the Jamaicans questions, and it appeared like they weren't going to either formulate the answer properly or give the answer, and he said, listen, thank you so much, and he ended the interview. I think sometimes it's almost like we can't stop unless the kids speak, because they're 13 and 14-year-old, and not all of them grew up in homes where they are taught to speak the Queen's English.
You're right.
And a lot of the people who come on even these things and say these things, you put them on an interview and they sound just as horrible, including me, because it's a pressure moment.
Yes.
And in that moment,
all the attention is on you at that moment.
See, our Prime Minister misspoke, our Governor General. How much more our kids?
Yeah.
We have to cut them some slack while we're training them and helping them to get better. But I think it's a non-issue, especially for a 13 and 14-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah, or Tracy always say that too.
One is, man, I don't know why I'm going for the light up here, but the light just a trim up bad. It just power outage again.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, he had a power cut.
Yeah, same time I talk to the caller, I say, caller, like, you know, they're not here.
Wow.
This is a message for the Jamaica Public Service. People who did not pay their bills after 2 months can anticipate a consistent disruption of service.
But you know something? But this is a very good discussion to be having, though, because and funny enough, it had to take all these mishaps at a global meet for us to be having the discussion, not just us, but other people or the media, and everybody is wondering what is going on. Is it a situation now where, if we're going to be adhering to World Athletics rules, should these meets be officiated by neutral people and not necessarily people from the host country? Any thoughts on that?
That's a good point, but who's going to cover that expense?
I agree,
No, I don't think we should use this one instance to
Because
put
they
up
will be somebody
black
first.
mark on the whole, the whole thing.
Super.
Um,
Hold on the Ozzy. Hold on the Ozzy. Carla, you can go ahead, quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say that I agree it's persons who are external to some extent because if the mixed mobile short, they changed the order for the of the running. They did a male female was supposed to be male against female to kind of suit Bahama's strength and they won that race. So I would say some objective persons to come and officiate those events. That's one case in point.
HP.
To kind of justify.
Yes, I'm not hearing him clearly. Can you tell us what he said?
He was saying that he would use some objective officials to come and work.
And that's the same thing I just said too. Maybe it's something that the region need to look at. I don't know. But it would make more sense. So at least they do not have any connection to the host country. So yeah, but as he said, our management, it is an expense that somebody would have to take on.
to be honest, I don't think we need to go there.
Of course.
Some of the smaller territories are going to have a difficulty.
No, so why we can't get some of the Jamaican official? Mix it.
Or mix it then, right?
You need to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, I do think that some of the are provided by NACAC. I can't. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think
Jamaican go all over the world go officiating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
if you
do
want
think-
objectivity,
I
so
do
we
think
are
there's
saying
NACAC.
this because we feel like the Bahamian didn't do well. Maybe when it is held in Jamaica, they feel the same.
But
So
we did not have all of these mishaps, and we didn't have these things going on.
because
No.
we are Jamaicans, sometimes we probably don't hear of all the appeals. That's all I'm saying, that they could have legitimate things that they have issues with when it is here. Just like
We would have heard. I think we would have heard.
Yeah, I think our media would have at least, and TVJ had rights to it, and they normally tell us everything that is going on. So,
and there is also home field advantage, It happens.
I can't recall a character games before where there have been so many complaints and issues. This is why
Suggestion, HP. But you know what? I want to go back to just the whole communication and doing interview. I think Elaine still struggles in her interviews, and she's a pro. Asafa still struggles in his interviews, and he's a pro.
A lot of them.
Ewan Blake still struggles in his interview, and he's Usain Bolt.
some that shall remain nameless. Don't call them names.
So
Management still struggles with the interview.
I'm telling you. Not to mention Ansi.
Not to mention and HP.
Yes, man. Of course.
This what you say now?
The point I'm trying to say is that we want to build brand recognition. Because anything we want to get them paid what they deserve. If they can communicate conduct themselves better in a public space, they are more appealing to brands, then they will get further ahead in regards to money in their pocket. So they want to target on. So in a case of if they were taught or call it informed of how to conduct themselves better in interviews or as a professional athlete or ambassador, they would be excellent. No, we wanted to stress the fact that we want guys to speak in a way that they can speak to different markets across the world. So we want them to get recognition so they can end up making a living more frequent field and not suffering.
You hear that, HP?
No.
He was talking. All right, so he was saying that you would love the athletes to get better with their public relation, talking to the fans and stuff like that, so that they can be more marketable, more sponsors can come on board. Because when they can't talk, you have to be like a bull to really get certain things.
No, sir.
And some,
I can't agree with that. Listen,
Uh,
let me say this.
it
I
is a good point. It,
let me
it,
tell
it is a good point.
let me tell you this. I can say this. Usain Bolt. I can. I'm just saying. In my opinion, the Jamaican athletes and in football and in track and field who got major contract were not very good at doing interviews.
Yes, that's true, but
No.
it
But you look on one
it
factor.
there is a need for it.
Listen. I can go from football and give you multiple names. I can sit right here and give you many names who got big contracts. Who
Well,
uh,
And you're right, but there is a need for it. There is a need for
but
it.
we're talking about, my issue is, we're talking about a 13 and a 14, 15-year-old who
Yeah.
says they want to be professional athletes.
up in a better way so they can better represent themselves.
Yes.
So who says at 13 they're going to be needing to learn to speak properly in interviews like this because they're going to be professional athletes?
No, no, no. The point is that we can teach them to do the basic.
Like what? Like to because it is about this. It's how they sound. It's about how they sound.
True,
If
true,
they're
true.
being
Not just that,
rude.
It's
All
not
right.
just that.
So tell me one thing that you have seen in an interview from an athlete that you said that is inappropriate behavior.
No,
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 it's
no.
not a matter of
We're talking about
inappropriate.
inappropriate,
It's
I
just
don't know.
that
No.
it's
This
just
is what I'm
that
saying.
they're not able to articulate an answer, a simple answer like, okay,
Chat Diamond, mute your mic, Chat Diamond.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like an
Mute the
athlete
live.
just run a race and they come to the finish line and you're with the microphone and
Yes,
you
mute
ask
the
a
live.
simple question. What was
Yeah.
your game plan going into this
Hold
race?
on.
They don't know what to say.
Man is
yeah.
man, tell me if you're hearing Chat Diamond. Talk Chat Diamond.
Good night, everyone. It's morning for me here. I'm actually very, very tired, but I'm gonna, add my 2 bits. First of
Hold on.
all,
You hearing our Chat
Yeah,
HB?
man. I'm
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
Okay. All right. It look like me
Yes.
have to do it that way here, make everybody hear better.
okay.
Go
First
ahead.
of all, the issue of speaking properly. I have a big problem with the word speaking properly. Speaking in your Jamaican accent and your Jamaican tone, there's nothing absolutely wrong with it. I
Exactly.
find it we're grooming a group of kids to go out there and
Exactly.
say, I
Exactly.
came out here and I execute how my coach says. Everybody says the same darn
Yeah.
stupidness and they're devoid of personality.
Thank you.
For me, I do not like
Sir,
that.
I'm gonna run the race
Uniformity
really
in the
fast.
way people gives interview
Yeah, man.
in after a race or an event. I want to see the kids develop their personality. It takes time. People grow in their own voice and their confidence. I was not very articulate, or even if I was articulate, I was not very comfortable and confident in speaking publicly when I was a young 13 or 14-year-old. I grow into my own voice. So I think it takes practice and development over a period of time. It will come. It will come. We can't be pushing them to think that everybody should sound articulate. You know what the problem is? It's not necessarily what they're saying, is the way they say it. Some of them come across as too country or too, you know, as you like. All the Bahamian kids, none of them were speaking properly standard English, but they came across a bit different because they have a different kind of accent, which is more akin to the American sound. We need to start building our kids to understand that, you're confident in how you are. And not everybody's going to be the sharpest tool in the box, but we love each tool because they play a very vital part in the whole process of doing whatever we need to do with the whole toolbox. It's a skill set that will come with over time and development. As it relates to the whole nonsense which was Carifta2023, it was tribalism, nationalism that took over the whole thing. And for me, it just did not show Bahamas in the most positive of light. It was shambolic at best. And as it relates to ferrying officials from one nation to the other, that's just bizarre and downright not going to work in any sense because, as that gentleman rightly says, who has the money to go and pay for them hotel accommodation and all these kind of things? I didn't see one bottle of water being given to any of the athletes at the end of each race, or nothing. So that just told me it was done on the cheap. It looked cheap. It came across cheap. The whole thing was just a shambles,
Cheap.
a hot bag of mess. Bahamas 50 at the mess. So Bahamas 51 and track and field lost.
No,
It
Bahamas
was a
51. No,
big
Bahamas. No, Grenada.
no.
No,
Bahamas won.
Oh, Bahamas
They
won.
won. Yeah, track and field was zero. That's the whole big on it.
One, WA, not
Regional integration is at its worst. When I mentioned the whole speech by Pauline Davis Thompson, it was a call to war for me. That's what I saw from it, and they took it literally. And for me, we can't encourage our athletes to. But I don't think she meant it in that kind of way. But I think that's what the athletes gained from it because when I watched this, it was not done in the, oh, she did this and that gave Bahamas to win in 1984 because she
84.
won on the last event, the 4x4 relay.
Right.
I understand. I agree with the gentleman who said about Nicoy Bramlett. He's my favorite Bramwell from Calabar, my favorite athlete in the 4x4. But I just didn't like what he did. I didn't like what the third leg runner did as well. I'm totally for showboating after the end of the race. Be your maddest self. At the end of the race, that's fine. Another thing that I think we need to encourage our young athletes to do is to lean. We've lost a lot of medals by not running through the tape and not leaning. And that in itself was one of the things that really, really was frustrating for me. The under 20 girls, 800 meters was the biggest, case of this. We could have won several medals. Run through the tape. Yeah. Encourage our athletes not to slow down at the end of the tape. We need to just encourage all of that. And that's why I'm so disappointing with the whole 100 meters under 20 women. I think that was the biggest robbery. That was a holder and tech race, the biggest form. Alana Reid, 11.17, returned from 10.94. I don't care what anybody says to the timing situation there. No. That just looks a bit different for me. And that just hit me in the wrong place. Morals and confidence, in the Jamaican team and the Jamaican camp was at a very all-time low to me. The kids look disheartened. And these are the kind of triggers that allow them to behave in the kind of way that they were behaving. So as what HP said, I can sympathize and empathize with how they were feeling. And I would look past some of the showboating because that was their protest. That girl, Anderson, from St. Jago, when she won the under 17 girls 100-meter hurdles, and Kamoy Binga, that was my proudest moment of being a Jamaican heritage person. In fact, because I know Anderson can speak in standard English, as we like to put it, quote unquote, and she gave a resounding rendition of Jamaican patois. And Kamoy Binga capped it off with her, but we're Jamaican, we can do anything. That was just amazing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
This will do something for them if they can take away the positive from it. Is as young athletes, you're going to go to battle, and these are the things you have to fight against. You know, understand that no, you're not seasoned. You're not push yourself to achieve something different. Everything in life is not going to be laid out how you want it. Challenge is going to be there, and as human beings, all of us will take something from this. This shambolic performance by Bahamas of hosting the Carifta Games should now fuel us or fuel the athletes to greatness, because guess what? They've seen it at the worst. Now we can perform in all conditions, whether it's in our favor or not in our favor.
Track Diamond must be from the Manning School. She must be from the Manning School, because great minds seldom differ.
No, it's just like
No, I know, great minds think alike. But I just said that part first because I didn't want to say fool seldom.
Yes, my grandfather went to Manning's.
There you go, I'm telling you. That's why she's in agreement with what I'm saying, Thank you, Track Diamond.
Track Diamond, mute. Yeah, mute.
Thank you, Track Diamond. But I'll say this, listen. We must say to our kids, like, and I'm saying this because you know my kids, Javon. They speak American. They speak like they're still in America. You need to speak. Walk one. Nothing is wrong with that. Sorry, no, say I want a good race me run still. Cause I really train hard. That what nothing to me, nothing is wrong with that. At the end of a race, I want to hear my son sound like that. Sorry, so I really train hard and I really put my best out here. I'm a win the race and I'm a thank my coach. I'm a glad for my parents them support me. Like I understand that. And if the person interviewing don't understand that, that's how I feel sometimes when I hear the person from Brazil speaking in Portuguese and there's no interpreter. But I understand because it is for me. So sometimes we make it seem like if our kids don't speak a particular way, we have this thing. We have a swag about us. We win. We want people to know. But I'm trying, even at champs, I don't think any athlete in conducting their interviews did anything that I would consider unprofessional. So we're primarily speaking about the use of language, which is not just an interview problem in our country. The use of language in our country is a problem why we keep failing English language in schools.
Yeah. I partially agree with what you said, but again, remember now, let us start at Champs. Champs is not just a Jamaica product, it's worldwide. So when the interview your come and put the mic and it ask you whatever, you're not just talking to Jamaicans now. So you get my drift. So whilst 2 million Jamaica will understand you, there may be 20 million people around the world who watching too and don't understand you.
I agree.
Yeah, let me.
Good points again. All
Yeah,
good
no
points.
need to
All good
belabor this,
points.
right? No need for us to belabor this. Yeah.
Yeah, all good points. All good points. My thing is, I just want them to be able to answer their question. They've never been inappropriate, as Manningsman said, but sometimes they're not able to provide an answer.
Yeah.
And that is the only problem I have. Whether they say it in patois, it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
But, be able to answer that question.
So
And
what
that's the
HP, I love
difficulty.
that. So what our media people need to do, which is what a lot of the Americans do, is that especially at Intercal, they have some of the colleges they have specific persons. So you have persons who are appointed to go and speak to the media from the team. Number one. Number two, a lot of those questions are actually the schools and so on have their media department where they know what questions are going to be asked of their athletes so they can prepare them from before.
And I'm glad you made that
So
point.
those things are
Just recently I was here thinking, and I was wondering because I'm not sure if on the curriculum at school, if there is anything about public speaking or how to answer questions. Because as Trap Diamond just said, as she just said, not all of us were like this before, because I can tell you that I struggled with public speaking, especially even at university level, because when I was going to UTech, every course you do, you have to do a presentation, and I hated to go in front of the class and present. And you know what? I used to get over that and make sure that any topic I am presenting on, I know it very well, so I don't have to shy away from the presentation, because I know that the lecturers, they're going to be throwing questions at you. So, and I am a very shy person, so it was very hard to get over that. You would put a mic in front of me and my tongue just tie up in my mouth. So as she rightfully say, these are kids, and over time they will get into their personality, and this will this will come like nothing to them. So, we just have to be patient. But my thing again, I just want them to be able, when a question come to them, they can answer it. However you want to answer it, it is up to you. But I want them to be able to say, as you said earlier, yes, sir, my coach told me to go out there and run the first 100 hard and just easy on the back and then just take it home. If you can say that, I'm fine, but I want them to be able to express
That
themselves.
a blank look and well,
Yes, recently, just at the character game,
yes,
gave a certain athlete, he was asked a
yes,
question and he turned away from the microphone.
that's right.
He did not know, I'm not sure if he did not know what to say
See,
or
here's
he
what
was
I feel.
nervous.
Here's what I feel about
Maybe
that.
he was nervous.
Right. And I think sometimes, and that is why I think, like, all the athletes know that if you, before, there should be some sort of briefing to say, the athletes, once you finish first or second, you're going to
After,
be interviewed.
yeah, but they know it.
Here are here are the 5 questions that the interviewers from any of these 5 they may ask you. Start going through these things. When people, and you know this, HP, I mean, when you do interviews generally on television, you are given the questions. You are you know
Right.
where you, so you
So
know.
now,
You know the
Yes.
so now,
subject. You know the
maybe
subject.
Ex-
what will have to happen now is that the sport department within the school will have to take this on if it is not a part of their curriculum. Because one of the ideas that I have is um, introducing this to schools where their athletes participate in sport, where they have practice interviews. So you have, while you're in training, you have a session where you do interviews or you give them little assignments to do and let them present it to the rest of their teammates. So kind of get them in that rhythm with public speaking and the interview. So sometimes you'll have one of the athlete interviewing the other athlete and get them comfortable, because when they come across that finish line, the media is not waiting on you to get dressed and come back out to talk to them. They want to talk to you there and then you can go off about your business. So maybe it is something that each program needs to put in place.
Alicia,
And if you train from Monday to Fridays, find one of the days to have
but
public speaking
all right,
and
you see that,
allow them
let
to
me just say this because
express.
I'm going to have to run HP. But you see that athlete, I believe he was interviewed at Champs because he won. And he,
Yes, I think he was nervous. I
I
think he
think he
was
was
more
there.
nervous.
I think sometimes the questions, I've listened to some of these people
Yes.
ask kids
Some
questions.
of the questions
And
don't
I'm
make
saying that,
sense. Yeah.
is this real? Is
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah. Some of the questions.
is this real? Like,
Yeah. They
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
keep it very
Actually,
basic. They need to keep it basic and just, if
but
if
he was
I if I were
interviewed. That
doing
same
that,
athlete
Right.
was interviewed
HP,
before
Alena.
champs. That same athlete was interviewed before champs, during champs, after champs, and he had no problem. I'm saying if you listen to even the interview question, he's asking the boys the same thing over and over again. And I think the young man was like, yeah, no.
yeah, I think he was either nervous or just annoyed.
He was asking, so how do you feel about this? And I'm saying, don't you have nothing else to ask them?
Yeah, but
Maybe in their
Because
defense, maybe
even
they're
even
trying.
when because even when he was asking the girls, they were looking at him like, really? But they answered, but they were like, really? Really?
I think what he was doing, he wanted to give everyone an opportunity
opportunity and
to
relating
say
to
something.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Instead of
Right,
asking one person, I think
right.
he was
But
trying to get all of them to say something.
Yeah,
But
but you can sometimes the questions, as you said, sometimes can be a little bit.
yeah, too much. Too much, yeah. They need to keep the questions very, very basic and keep it on what is happening now. That's how they need to do it. Tell me about your race just now. Tell me about your, whatever. But they just keep asking. So what's your plans for the rest of the season? So So yeah, you're right. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, and of course, but I think we can help them a little bit more. And if I was a part of a sport program like this is one of the things that I would introduce.
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
Listen,
Right, as it, I'm gonna go leave here.
yeah,
Someone give them last 2 seconds.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Manisman, thank you for stopping by.
yeah,
Okay, bro.
yeah.
Please
Really
come
wish I could
again.
have, I really wish I could have stayed a little longer. But
Yeah.
Mannings, man, before you leave. Yep. You started Mannings, right?
dear man in school or ancient
Okay, all right, good. Be glad to see
learning.
it. What has happened to Mannings track program?
Yeah, man, we have to go carry him back for that discussion because he was talking about Veer earlier.
Yeah, me hear him say Veer, so you have
Yeah,
to
him keep saying Veer. What about Mannings?
I know the girls more so than the boys. You saw
Howard, you know that Howard Dougherty, when Howard Dougherty left, but we have to talk about it next time. But
yeah, we need to have another discussion.
And actually, when to Ali, I was there. I was there at Alina's after Mannings.
Okay.
When Ali Watson and the Royal, you remember that Calabar team? But I didn't see it too long.
Yes, man.
Yeah. But it's not. But I'll talk to you. But I mean, this is where I'm saying that I'd love to see Tracy Barnes, Alison Beckford, Vanette Dixon,
yes,
Lawson, Trisha K. Smith.
Yes.
Can come back and be a part of what is happening at the school because that
Khalid Spencer also went to Mannings, right?
Khalid Spencer, yeah, Bent, that the sprinter,
Dorrit Bent,
all of these people.
But yes, I hear that part of it, but the program itself.
But that's what I'm saying. The football program is run by the past footballers. They have come and just put their resources.
Okay.
I'm saying that you look at the Calabar.
Okay. All right. I think that's where you're going. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I was saying to HP earlier.
Yeah, to get the program, at least resuscitate the program and get it going. Okay.
But
the best person to use that many times are the former athletes who.
I know you have to go. But I throw out this question to quite a few retired athletes, and I was told, I think Alina was on the program too, where a lot of them say that, and I've heard this from a lot of people, if the head of the school is not interested in sport, then everything else, there's basically no program.
What I find is that the schools that people face the most difficulties in are like, for example, don't think you can just step into KC and Calabar like that. Don't think you can step into JC. There are certain schools you have to understand that, they have established old boys and stuff, so they're going to do that. School like Mannings, so for example, a school like Mannings, you go there, your name is known because there's not a lot of Mannings students who have reached the level of Trisha K. Smith.
True.
Barnes, Vanette Dixon, Alison Beckford, we had Khalid Spence, all of these names. 400-meter runner, McFarlane.
Who is that?
Stephanie Ann.
Oh, Stephanie, right? Yeah, she went to Mannings too.
She went to Mannings. Okay.
Yeah, she went to Mannings. Yeah.
I was trying to find out which school she went to. Okay.
Yeah, it's Mannings. Yeah.
The one says some of the top coaches are Mannings past athletes. Coach of William Live and National.
Yeah. The coach at Jamaica College football team is a Mannings past student.
The next name here, Dalia Downey. Hey, chat Diamond.
So Diamond. Delia Duhini. I thought that Delia Duhini went to Camperdown.
Though it was
So now, Mannings man, I know you have to go. So these people now, you need to get these. So what about the alumni? The alumni is not active, Mannings man?
So what I'm saying to you, the Mannings, if you notice, and Unseen can tell you, the Mannings football teams have done well over the last few seasons. They won under 16, they have been to the final, quarterfinals, finals. Right? So, because that is not, the footballers from the past went into the school and changed the whole culture.
So the track people need to get involved.
I am telling you. That is
Interesting.
And
There's
there
a
are many
comment here.
schools like that. Yeah.
Jordan is Western schools are plundered by top schools, champ schools. It's difficult when all the inspirational top elite schools
That is
are
true.
gone.
No, but what I'm saying, you see, because of Manning's, remember that a school like Manning's is different. Athletes don't generally leave Manning school. It's like you don't hear athletes leaving Mount Alvernia to go to other schools. You don't hear if there's a Kemba Nelson stayed at Mount Alvernia. There are certain schools because of they're not leaving.
But look at Petersfield in recent years. I have not heard about any of their top athletes that has moved on to another school.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless the coach moves and bring the athletes.
Yes, yes.
But if Manning's athletes leaving.
Petersfield did have, but it was more in the field event.
Yeah, but
Who is that, Alina?
Stoner. I think Stoner was his name left. Didn't he? And go to St. Diego in his last year?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Petersfield.
I know he was.
I was just
No,
talking
man.
to the coach.
Who are the Petersfield and go Diego?
He didn't? I thought
No,
so.
there's a one Chang. I think there's one from we went to Calabar. What's his name, Alina?
Oh,
No,
he's
man,
from.
we're not talking
He came from a Portland
Kaichang
school.
was from Titchfield.
Titchfield,
I was Titchfield. But I'm saying, when I was speaking to the Petersfield coach, he was telling me that one of his, I think it was a jumper or somebody that left and went to Casey.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name though.
So
You heard
it's just that they don't have the migration that some schools have.
Yes.
You know?
Right, exactly,
They don't have
exactly.
the
Yes.
migration.
Winchop Graham for come back a Manning's to man. All of them people they have Manning's students, man. All Winchop Graham.
Winthrop Graham went to Manning's?
Yeah.
States, then states.
It's not Stats.
He went to Manning's first.
Okay.
He won champs.
Because I know him as a Stats man.
Hey, I'll be a great people come on in there.
But that is it.
I'm still proud of my singing school still.
Anyway,
Of course, you should be proud of your school. Listen, man, people like us need to get involved where we went to school. It doesn't matter whether it was traditional or non-traditional sports school. We need to get involved and wake up the sleeping alumni and, get these young people going, get them going.
So, guys, most schools are developing their own programs now. Lots of young coaches graduating from college like GC First and need jobs. Them school and I want to pay no good money, brother. May I tell you that?
Yeah, but they can't afford it. So no, they have to
afford it.
Unseen, do you know that at KC, the coaches that coach at KC are past students who do it for free?
Because they have a bag of money, but when me go to school, me spend 500,000 for my college fee.
Some,
Right?
not
If you
all.
want to come work for free, money is buying easy. So we don't get back our money and can buy my mother something.
Coaches are not paid. Some are paid, some are volunteer. Some are paid, some are volunteer.
I know the football team and the football side, they are free.
Or throw
Money is one.
coach is volunteer.
There you go.
What you know.
Are you serious, Alina?
Yes, Julian is volunteer.
Then can you imagine if he was being paid?
No, I didn't know that, but I suspect.
No, seriously, I thought that he was paid because he performed as if he was paid.
I didn't know it, but I
It's
suspected
his
that
school,
he.
the man has pride.
Wow, that's good.
Just know he speaks and all that about what he's doing.
I know you are getting paid, so you not it free.
That's good though.
The distance coach at KC is not paid, he's volunteer.
Wow.
What kind of work him do?
Wow.
I don't know what kind of
Work otherwise.
Unseen, you have no pride in your school, unseen.
No, it's about the pride in the unseen.
Me done with free work, that's all I can say.
No, it's about the pride, man.
Thank you. Okay, you can't say anything. Pride
done
don't
with
pay
free work.
HP. Pride not pay my bill.
Nobody can call me and tell me about free work.
If I was capable to coach and I could afford to, I would be
If
free.
you're capable.
Right,
I
if
am
I'm
not in a
capable,
position to
meaning
say,
have the expertise
I
to
don't
coach,
want to be paid. I want to be paid.
and
See,
I
See,
could.
I'm just confirming Winston. Put up Winston thing. He's saying that no coach at KC, and he's a KC man. He says no coach at KC is paid.
Wow, look at that.
And he's a KC man.
Look at that.
Which part of comment then?
I I know of
Winston
two.
Burger.
Nope, I know of two. Two, I might only be two or three, but I know of them. Don't know those.
Well, it is
Because
still a good thing, even because a lot of
That's
people
not no
out
good thing.
there.
but
That's
because
not no
all
good
right,
thing.
and
Is
and the
it,
ones
no,
that
Not no
man, you
good
have
thing.
to take some
no,
pride in your
but
alma
Come on,
mater, man. What you
come on.
saying?
That's not
no,
no good thing.
Heather,
I would do it free if if I was able to
the ones
coach
that
and
are
and
coaching
can
All right,
now
so
afford.
I'm
are the
saying
ones that
distant coach
don't
at
have
Casey is a
money.
businessman. So
Meaning
him
that
can
Me
do
I
it.
say that.
so he's not being paid.
But
But
him
No,
can do it, him
you're a
alright,
businessman,
rich.
Ansi. You're a
Man is
businessman.
man. You can do it free, you know.
You can do it free. You're a
No, if you can
businessman.
afford to, that's what we're
No,
saying. If you can
who is a
afford to,
businessman? He can afford it.
Yeah,
Right?
and that is fine. I wish I could say I can go back to my school and work for free. I'm working on it. It's not there, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, not everybody can do it. That's a reality. And
All
it
right.
is
But
good. It is good.
sports program, either to run, somebody said it in the comment, and it
To
is
track
so
them when I
true.
say it the
To
right
run a
way,
sports program,
this is
it
the thing.
is expensive.
Hey,
Track,
but I have
Yes,
to.
it
Entertainment
is.
is
It
normally
is.
through the Old Boys
man
Association,
is
no, I
man.
have to
Association,
go. I
though.
Lord,
have to go. No, I have to
track
They're
them
go.
and
normally
step.
paid.
Payment not be through the official channel, so you don't know.
No, we're mostly being paid through the Old Boy associations. That's what pays us, not the school.
See there again?
no, we know
The
it's not the school.
loves for their school.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
got them for
see,
do. Say
Ansi,
all boy.
HP, thank you. If I continue, you guys not gonna let me go. Ansi, big
Well,
up
man,
yourself.
Thank
tell
you,
say
thank
Where you
you,
going, man?
thank
Where you
you,
going? Where you going, man? Is
man.
man?
Thank you
Where
so
you leaving?
much. Good
Where you
seeing
leaving?
you
amigo,
again.
Where you going?
amigo ask you the question and stall you.
Yeah,
So
I'm
hush,
telling you.
Where
HP
you
said
going,
one
man? Is
more
man?
thing, and then Ozzy said this, and then just got
hush.
carried with this
Sorry.
kind of thing. I have to
Thank
go.
you, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
man.
Thank
So
you.
anytime.
That's
All
a
right.
Good
cool.
seeing you. I look forward to more
Yeah, man.
discussion.
I am sure sports boss them call me. Ansi, let them
All
know.
right, sir.
I know, man is
Have a
man.
good night.
Okay, bro.
Wow.
All
What
right.
a discussion.
But take pride. Pride in abruptness.
We
Pride
have, we
in
have,
your
20, we have
school.
20 we have 20 more minutes, so we can continue. We have 20 more
Pride
minutes.
in your school. Listen,
You
man.
can't say anything you are HP.
Listen,
Pride in
man.
abruptness. Pride in abruptness.
Elena,
Right now,
Yeah.
tell them good enough. I say, me sure you not work for free.
listen. Listen,
Pride in abruptness.
right now, I am going to give away all of my knowledge to the schools then when I have no sports program to build their program. Build
You
their
get out, you
program.
get outside. You get outside.
She can't say anything,
Nothing.
you know.
Nothing.
No, it is a non-profit. It is a non-profit organization that is going to help schools to convert their PE department into a sport department. So I'm
All
going to
right.
teach.
Why you
So I'm
don't
going
help
to
me then?
teach them. I'm going to teach them how to get their community involved, how to generate revenue, how to be
Teach
creative.
unseen sports.
Somebody call in?
I said teach unseen sports.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
As I have
That's
stressful.
what my organization is going to be about. And Alina is going to work for me.
Huh?
She just don't know
Huh?
yet.
Maybe I recruit people in the comment section. No one work. HP of the
Free
work.
work. Free
But
work. So you know.
No, on a free
Imagine
work,
that.
can't pay you, man. I want to
no
give
man,
HP.
Alina knows that she said man. But the reality is that you have so many schools out there that
They
need the
can't afford
help
it.
and don't have anything.
Yeah, man.
They
And
need to
Heather,
wake up. They need to wake up their alumni, get the people who went to the school involved, get the community involved. Think of creative ways to generate revenue to sustain your sports department. And once you start, sponsors will drop in your pocket. But guess what? The
Right.
development
They
phase,
have to start.
the development phase is normally the hardest, and that's the part you have to do by yourself. And I tell them, I said,
Exactly.
track and field is an individual sport, and you only want one student to put you, one
Heather,
athlete to put you on the
Heather,
map.
you can't say anything I
Yeah.
said.
And
Being singer is hard. It's hard and it costs a lot of money, a whole heap of money.
look here,
When
the
enough of them
schools
not
that
willing to
doing it now,
spend.
Alina, them never start overnight. They started from somewhere. Look at Petersfield. Look
No,
where
I get that,
Petersfield
but
is today.
Selena, but you see, Peter Lee started when it was easy to start. I am saying to you that the injection of cash that it is going to take now is not something to smile home about because
I
when you
know,
think
and that is
about
why.
injuries, I'm just going with me. Never put nutrition. I'm just starting with the injuries.
Yes.
That alone, we send you bankrupt. That alone,
And that's the thing.
injuries.
That's the thing, a lot of these alumni, a lot of these alumni have lawyers, them have
Exactly.
doctors, them have teachers, them have all these people.
But
Use
them
up
have
those
bills.
people. Find the doctor, then we go to
Can't say
yours.
that, but you see, they're looking at it like, all right, say for instance, they went to the school and they did the sport. Some of them ask the question is, um, I paid my way through school. Why should I?
So
Well, you
you
see,
move,
it boils
them
down.
move on from those. I'm sure there are those who will have.
No,
Yes,
I know. I'm just saying, you have some of them
Of
who
course,
that's
you
the
can always
question
have
they
that.
will
You can always
ask.
have that. You
yeah,
can.
you will always have that. But look here, I remember I was talking to Ozzy just the other day, and schools were can't buy hurdles. Ozzy, Ozzy said to me that the machine shop or them whatever
Woodwork
shop
shop,
them
right?
have at the
Yeah,
woodwork, make
yeah.
some hurdles, make some something out of PVC pipe where you can jump over and use them as hurdles until the program get to a certain level where we can be creative and do all of these things. Get the community involved when you need your training, when you need your training surface to clean up. Have a work day and cook food and invite people to come and help clean up the training track and line it and do all of those things. It's just about being creative
Exactly.
and getting people involved, get free labor from the same athletes and parents. Make them bring out them parents and them friends, come over work. They cut the lawn, market, help them make hurdles, do all these little things because let me tell you, I know that Calabar, KC, JC, and those top schools, Edwin, Allen, Homewood, and all of those schools, they started from humble, humble beginning also. They never had the money like what they have now. I'm sure Homewood, when Homewood started winning
Um,
their 10 or whatever, them
Yeah,
never
right.
have
but
everything,
I
but
think
they build on that. They build on it.
Exactly.
I'm trying to remember. Well, then again, Calabar started off with Herb McKinley them,
Remember,
so me no know
Calabar
about
win
them
from in the
business.
churches, so you
No,
know.
I'm saying they started off with Herb McKinley, our
Mm.
first set of Olympians, so I cannot speak on that.
It's just
But
that people
I
have to
know that
have,
when Herb was in charge, Herb got the old boys involved.
Yeah.
there
But
you go.
you know one of the best alumni in terms of alumni, it's not even JC's. Is but somebody said I think somebody was saying it was Monroe or one of them. But
Yes,
I
and
know
look up.
JC has a good alumni in terms of them make money, them have guns, them
Yes,
money
yes,
actually make you like
yes,
sir,
man.
they can give me some, I
I
mean, me
don't
not
think
ask it
nobody
that.
turn. I don't think nobody money turn up like JC.
No man,
J-
that is
JC
there is
money turn
one
up,
other
man.
school. There's one other
Yeah,
school.
man, JC, and that's what I'm saying.
No,
Find the
man, JC
people
money
them
turn
and
up.
get them involved. Pitch a
JC.
plan to them. Pitch a
And
plan to them and say, look, this is what we want to do.
No,
This
I
is what
want
we
people
intend to
to
do.
and
Let
but
them
and for me,
see.
HB,
I want them to develop
Yes,
more than just
HB, you're
talent.
talking about development, but you don't know talk about the principal them when they love sports, not the school them.
Oh
When
No
Lord,
man, no,
yeah.
those.
yeah,
I
but
don't think that.
unseen.
Well,
them
let me
and
allow
just the
you to.
principal
That this
teachers
is a
too.
big topic, because me and
And
management have
teachers
a
too.
big
I
discussion on
agree,
this.
Teachers
and that was
too.
why I brought it up just now.
Me and management have a
Martin,
big,
me
yeah.
say you have teachers and principal, and those principal, you have some teacher, oh God man.
My
Then go
God.
to them we a man to fight the little boy them man and the girl them.
I'm like load them up, I like load
When
them
me
up.
I go
I
school, oh God man.
I don't think any principal worth the title principal would if a group of our students come to them with a plan.
With a good plan. Why would you turn
No,
down that plan?
just come with
Um
a
I won't
plan,
I won't
a
I won't say
proper
the name
plan,
of the school, but
a
I know
prop
one
a proper
particular
plan.
principal that said track and field and a sport. I and to this day I don't like a bone make up the man.
At a Jamaican school?
As a Jamaican principal, yes, I not like
Who
nothing to do
who
with track
can
and
he
field.
said track and field is not a sport and that's the number one sport in Jamaica?
And that man will recruit everything we play football. All if them can't kick nothing. But
Well,
Oh
listen,
wow.
is a preference, but again, I'm sure if somebody go to him with a proper plan,
they
I
did.
don't think he will turn a blind eye.
All
Go
right.
to him with a plan. You
All
have to
right.
go to them with a plan and pitch
Heather,
Yes,
your
that's true.
plan.
Heather,
Which
Let
is what
them know how the school is going to
HB,
Heather,
benefit.
HP.
Exactly.
HP.
Yes, sir.
When the athletes win the money, you know them take it and do support the football team. Don't tell me rubbish.
All right, all
The
right.
athletes go out and earn money for themselves and him take it and spend it elsewhere.
Oh wow. No, something
Alina.
wrong there, so.
All
Alina.
boys and girls donate money and him take it and him donate it to football.
Alina. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
a preference.
But
At least him like one sport still. But watch this now.
Yeah, but you can't.
No, but you can't do that.
Take from one and I give the other.
Yeah.
Him not so bad. At least him not. Me I talk about you know what bad? The one them like no sports do not all. Watch this now. You can pitch 10 from now till tomorrow. You see, if it start, you're in a serious problem. But they never start it. Me I tell you
Oh.
by experience.
what you mean
Oh
by
wow.
HP, a
Sorry.
serious thing, you know. That's when I teach my school, you know. I'm gonna find a girl or a boy that don't like sports. I tell them, say, hey, I don't want you to become some of these principal. Because they're gonna become principal and you don't like. At least
Yeah.
learn things and open your mind. Because
Yes, to give people a chance. Yeah.
it's a big money thing for some of these youngsters and someone who grow up and go sabotage the youth them chances of doing sports.
Yes.
You know what I say? I
And that's unnecessary. That's just so unnecessary.
Are in school fighting as well, you know. Me and management have the discussion, you know. I mean, I tell him say, a principal run school. No care about. All right.
Yes, somebody has said. I've heard that.
But they are the ones who should run the school.
We understand JC and KC, them set them thing in a way where once a principal are coming, them have to love sports.
No,
Yeah.
some of them schools here and a principal run it. Some of them are the what do they call him now? Chairman.
Oh yes.
They'll have like a board. They'll have like a board. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, like a
No,
board.
I'm saying for some schools, just the chairman have all of that.
Wow.
what the,
And
No,
for
but you,
some
and you see,
schools-
and
some
you know what
schools,
happened
the
here?
entire
What
board, it's the
and you
board,
you know
and
what
then for
happened
some,
here?
The principals
this-
are the bullies.
What this means is that we as a country we still do not understand sport as a business and sport as a career.
No man, a extra curriculum man. Sports.
That's what we still see it as. We still see sport as an extra curriculum to get us to go outside and run around. Sport is one of the biggest business in the world. Sport has now become a career. It is no longer just played by amateurs.
Hey, coaches, that's the unseen if you're a serious PE teacher around the school, not principal. I run around the school, yes, run around the school.
Every school different. Some school it's a principal, some of them are the teacher, some of them are the picnic.
Anyway.
But I've heard the conversation quite a few times that if the principal is not into sport, then it will.
Well, you're gonna get the support.
Yeah, you won't get the support. Because I was asking about a certain school that is now struggling to make the top 10 that was at the top at one point. And when I say top, I mean top. And now, chance this year, they did not even make the top 10.
I'm gonna tell you how some of the principal them function. You see, if them can get the old boys them donate money to the school, then we allow it. Because they'll find a way of to spread the money and take some and put somewhere and put some somewhere.
Once the sport is getting the money that it deserves, it's okay.
But you see when the past student will come back HP and I look upon them investment, there's no investment.
The thing is that we have so many high schools in Jamaica, and every year you go to champs, you hear the same names for the boys' schools and the same name for the girls' schools in the top 5. And you have so many other schools that cannot make the breakthrough. It doesn't matter how good they do, they cannot find themselves. These schools, some of these schools, if they did not win girls' champs back in the earlier days, in the 60s and the 70s, they're not going to win it now. It's the hardest thing for them to win now, and same thing for the boys' school.
Yeah, it is difficult for some of the smaller schools to get to that level to win a champs. But then
it's not just even the small schools. Even some of the big schools are struggling.
Right, true.
We're technically struggling. Manchester High is struggling. Monroe College is struggling, and those schools have won champs multiple times.
Yeah. Monroe seems to be like
HP,
choice.
Yes, sir.
HP and panel. You know, we have to save some of the topic them for tomorrow, you know.
Okay, yes, I totally agree.
20 minutes done, you know. You understand me?
Oh, it
All right.
So
Thank
coaches
you.
says you jump on too late, you know, coaches says I'm sending a link, you know, you should come on for the last 15 minutes. Come talk.
Yes, we had a good discussion, and I'm going to sort out my computer because I want to see the comments next time. And please,
But you could see the comments on your phone, HP.
no, just like a one comment when it come up.
No, girl, you can click on the comment button and scroll and see it.
Oh, today.
Oh, no, my phone kind of far from me, so.
I want to talk to you about something, because when I
top right hand side.
My prep school, me a coach.
Okay.
I want to come at town, come train.
You see comments up the top?
Oh, you mean that little thing right there?
Yeah.
It's an internal. I don't know if your screen is same as my internal chat and comments. Top right hand corner.
Oh, my phone is far from me. My phone is on a, yeah. My phone is on a tripod, so it's far.
Okay.
All right, HP.
Yes, ma'am.
Send him my number.
Okay, I will.
I chat to Mr. Bennett. I chat to Mr. Bennett and he never replied to me. So I'm gonna get
one Kino, good night.
Listen, I can't get a call in. You know, allow me a call him.
Yeah,
Man, I'm busy. You don't really get through to Mr. Bennett so easy.
I say him go on.
You have to see him. No, man, you have to see him. And I'll be like, sir, don't see me calling you. When?
Yeah.
30 missed calls later.
I have him up in there with me sneakers for about 2 years now. I have him up.
Oh.
Listen, the man I'm managing school now. Good luck with remembering.
His plate is full.
You need an assistant, man.
It's hard, man, because we work with him. It's hard. He's busy. But he's not indelegate, you know, which is good.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much for...
have some girl and some boy for goodness to them.
All right. Talk to me after the ear now, sir. You're alone with him, so.
Shot man, we tell you about.
I'm not sure this is something I want to talk about.
Shot man tell you about NC Sports General.
Anyway.
Thank you guys very much. It was a very good...
Hey, take care all.
Thank you. And thank you, Ozzy, for always being there. And trust me, man, you know the sport. You need to get... Well, your school is doing well at Champs, so your school has been very consistent. Yeah, man, St. Jago is doing their thing, and of course, always in the top 5.
Yep.
All right, Ozzy, respect.
And win school challenge too.
Oh yes, congrats on that. Congrats.
Okay. Thanks on behalf of all the St. Jago past students.
Well, Auntie can chatty.
Anyway.
Thank you very much. I'm out.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Okay.
Remember to subscribe to HP Track Chat and Unseen Sports TV.
Yes, please.
And Coach's Desk and this and that and
everything.
Everybody just show some support and like up the live while you come out. You understand?
Yes.
Live with as much people as possible in your country.
Yes, please to go and subscribe to HP Chat Track. Thank you very much.
Our next thing, someone in some group, they say with millions of people in it. And just share the live in the group, them man, make people running for the thing, man.
Yes.
Bad man.
Spread the word, please, because we are lovers of the sports.
Right. And you know, Unseen Sports don't really do track and field alone. We talk about football to us. So if you're a football fan, you can stick around. You understand the people. But with all said, whole heap of chatting go on, so we have to go lock off now. Alright, people? So tomorrow, what time again, HB?
Thanks for watching.
What time again?
What time again? Oh my God, look at the time. It's midnight.
No, I mean, what time tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow. Are we doing another one tomorrow night?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, we can talk about it off air.
All right, we're going to talk about it off air, people, and we're going to make you know what is up. Right?
Yes, and we will send out the notice.
So, we send out the notice so you can see it. All right, people?
Yeah, yes, please. And please go and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
All right, people. So,
all right, okay.
I'm going to be out of here in a few. So
bye, Ozzy. Bye, Alina.
Take care all. All right. Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Bye.